Hi, welcome everyone. I'm glad you're here with me today. As you can see, right here and right here, there are some ski pictures because actually I'm not working from my office today, but actually I'm on a ski hotel, ski court, where actually I'm learning about the marketing processes and team leadership process. But as you can see, there are no exceptions, no excuses. The webinar is as it used to be. And today I'm going to really quickly show you how how I can help you to improve your productivity using no-code, low-code tools, especially no-code actually, because when we are talking about improving productivity, we basically will talk about using already made platforms for very particular things to achieve. And today I'm going to start with a platform called PowerToys. And let me just share you my screen. Yeah, so we can add myself. Boom, here we go. Perfect. This is my desktop. And here I have a tool called PowerToys. This tool is mainly designed for Windows OS, but it has a number of very great tools that helps you with the specific operations you need to achieve. And let's start with first thing that I use like every day is in text extractor. So this tool, this operation, allows you to quickly copy the text from the screenshot with a single shortcut. Like you can see here, I have a binned shortcut to this operation, and whenever I hit Windows Shift W, I hope you can see that the mouse cursor changed its form, and I can now select some text. And if I select this text, and now I open some notepad or any kind of other tool under my paste operation. So if I now click right mouse click and paste, it just copied the text I've copied from the image. So this is really great tool I use, like I said, every day. Another great operation that really improved my everyday work is color picker. This is especially if you're working with UX, so that's user experience, or UI, that is user interface. Sometimes there might be a situation where you would like to take a color from another picture. So like in here, let's take this example. You would like to check what is this color value in RGBA or in hex notation. So what normally I would do is I would make a print screen. I would then save the image. Then I will open some web www tool that allows me to select the color. Or I can actually open Paint to get the image color value. But with the color picker, I can just quickly press Windows Shift C, and as you can see here, whenever my mouse goes, it shows me the color value. But that's not only this. But if I'll now like scroll up, it will zoom the location like here, right? I'm just scrolling my mouse scroll, and I can now select from maybe let's check this one. Oh yeah, you can see it better. So it just allows me to be much more specific from which pixel I'd like to get the color. And when I click my left mouse click, my left mouse button, it opens me, first of all, the color I selected, its hex value, its RGB value, its HSL value. I can copy it very quickly, but also it shows me colors on the color palette that maybe may support the color I selected. That's super useful, especially if you're working a lot with graphic design. Last but not least, from the PowerToys is a screen ruler for measurement purposes. So I can, for instance, measure the distance. Where's my ruler? I hit the shortcut, but nothing happened. Oh yeah, okay, there it is. So I can, for instance, measure the distance between specific points on the screen with my mouse scroll. I can change the Z layer. So for instance, I can, try to tell the ruler which elements it should be limited by, right? So for instance, here it may mainly just work on the base of contrasts. So when there is a change of a color, the ruler perceive it as another object element to measure. And I can, of course, pick different ruler types. I can verify the whole rectangle. So very useful tool. Once again, if you're a local designer and you're working with app builder that does not has such option like to verify the pixel size of your item, of your controls, this tool may be very, very useful. And there are much more options or useful tools that you can use from here, but I'm not going to cover them because we'll probably spend the whole hour just by showing you what the PowerToys can do. Instead of that, I'll just skip to the next tool that I actually already used. That is the Notepad++. I know Notepad is not a no-code tools. I know. However, I just thought that I try to have a helicopter view on my everyday work and try to make a view on the whole group of tasks rather than on specific tasks. And based on the group of tasks, I'd like to give you some all kind of tools that helps me, no matter if there are no code or not no code. And the Notepad++ is a tool that really helps me efficiently note all things I'd like to note. It's very, very lightweight. So from the moment I hit enter, it just opens immediately. And moreover, it allows me to very quickly add some regular content. All kind of notes, all kind of posts are drafted in here. Moreover, it contains a lot of useful plugins. So for instance, JSON. If you're using JSON because of the local platform you're using, you can print it out, pre-print it out in the screen using these JSON tools. It has some context, not context, but the syntax coloring using this language colors based on the specific language you pick. So it's super, super useful. And basically, there are no very fancy things, even though there are much more options. But to be very honest, I use it in a very simple way. Next platform I'd like to show you is Miro. So Miro is a whiteboard, mainly whiteboard or mind mapping tool. As you can see here, if you remember our very first webinar for NoCodeMasters, I use it to show you the strategy for this whole NoCodeMasters thing. There are options to paste screens, to write some text, to also do some arrows from object to object. You can add comment to it. You can add colors. You can change the borders, color, everything you want. Some text, yeah. It also contains a lot of very useful templates. Let me, because I'm not very hard user of templates. Where are templates now? Probably somewhere here. Templates. Yeah. And open the templates. Nothing happens. Okay. Well, it lives, but quite slowly, maybe because of my network connection, because I'm in a hotel. Well, tool for, okay, there are templates. Like I said, a lot of templates you can use, you can pick from different groups. Let's just open some group. And if you, for instance, select a topic, a template, it will paste it and allows it to full modification. Very, very useful. All processes in two of my companies are inside Miro. Okay, next tool is OneNote. OneNote is another very powerful platform, mainly for notes, but actually it allows me to, first of all, prepare posts not in a draft mode, but rather in a publishing mode. It allows me to do all kind of additional rich text capabilities. So I can bold text, I can underline it, whatever I'd like to do, I can do it here. Moreover, it allows me to add files. So I can open downloads, take a screenshot, paste it here, and boom, screenshot is there. Moreover, I can now do some operations with the text, but also it should have capability of copying text from the picture, which normally it has. Right now, I don't see such option, probably because I've just added the text and need to, just added the picture and need to be processed. But another option I very often use is tables. So with writing column name and column link and comment, blah, blah, blah. And by pressing tab button, it creates a proper table. But of course, with mouse click, I can achieve much more information with the operation with the table. Another great thing is I can use some formula to see the result of the formula. So I can do simple math operation like 13 times 5 equals, and it make all the calculations. If there are some simple thing, it's very useful. But of course, if there will be much more complex operations, you can still use something like that. So this very specialized operations, or other type of an input, and the OneNote will calculate the result. So, like I said, very useful. Something that is not possible in other tools and is possible in OneNote is, let's say I have a table that I already showed you, column name, and I can just take a picture and copy, paste it inside the the table. Once again, very, very useful. All right. What else? If I will add, if I'd like to add a file as an attachment, also no problem with doing that. I can record some voice and leave the recording here. So yeah, no problem with that as well. Next tool I have in my notes is Canva. Of course, Canva is another very often used no-code platform for me, by me. And whenever I'm, for instance, preparing a LinkedIn post, I'm using a specific size of an image. So like it must be square shaped. And I can pick from some templates, but the most important part is whenever I'd like to change something in the template, I can pick from, like, let's say I'd like to add some picture. And let's maybe try to find something. There is a name on the bottom, really great site. So let's just type site. Okay, www website. Yeah, okay. So it suggests me some pictures related to the name I've just put. And if I select it, I can set it as a background, and boom, there is my quickly made picture image for the post. I can of course quickly change the colors of the text. And another very useful part is that it identifies the colors on the picture in other parts of this of the screen element. So I can, keep consistency in my picture based on what the picture looks like and what kind of colors it has and blah blah blah. So yeah, let me just quickly finish. Boom. And then I can download it in different formats. No problem with that as well if I'd like to use some video. So another very useful and powerful platform. And last but not least, I think, no, actually, we have a couple more, 4 more platforms to cover. Another platform I use very often is ChatGPT. I hope that everyone should now be familiar with ChatGPT, because ChatGPT, it can be used in so many different scenarios. So let's imagine, sometimes I was not even aware in how many of these scenarios I can use ChatGPT. So imagine you have your own company, and you hire some people, and in your recruitment process, you want to thank some candidates and just politely say no to them. So you can just generate a thank you response to recruitment process candidate for what will be the role, like SharePoint consultant in a small IT house. I don't know if I write it correctly in terms of the English grammar. I'm not a native English speaker, as you may hear, but nevertheless, okay, let's see what it can do, what it can offer us. Dear candidate name, I wanted to take a moment to express my sincere appreciation for your interest in the SharePoint consultant role at our small IT software house. It was a pleasure to review your application and to learn more about your experience and skills. I would like to thank you for your time and effort, blah, blah. It's perfect. So as you can see, it's very polite. It even though I didn't ask the ChatGPT to be polite. Okay, let's try to play with it a bit. Make the response shorter and more bold. Let's see. I'm curious. It's thinking. Okay, it will think. And in the meantime, we can. Okay, it starts. We appreciate the time and effort. And it's not very bold, I must say. It's still polite, and it's not that shorter. But yeah, the main thing is that ChatGPT can learn his role in the specific chat conversation. So if you, for instance, says that, hey, you are a recruiter that is rough, bold, blah blah blah. So give some characteristics of a personality type of the chat. It can change its response. So yeah, another tool that is very useful is ChatGPT, and it gives a lot of automation possibilities that actually in the NoCodeMasters I'd like to try out and show different scenarios that combines different no-code platforms like ChatGPT, like Crystal Nose. I don't know if you're familiar with Crystal Nose, but I'll show it anyway. Maybe next webinar, I don't know. We'll see. But nevertheless, now let's skip to the next tool. And the next tool is, well, it's Microsoft Editor. Is it no code? I don't know. I'm not sure. Is it a no code? But nevertheless, if let's do some mistake like great. Okay. Oops. Great. Okay. Wrong. Let's maybe write this way. Yeah, it was an obvious misspell, and Microsoft Editor automatically fix the problem. Moreover, if I'll write something more complex, like today I was in a house with a white roof. White roof, of course, with H. But let's make some mistake here. The ChatGPT, okay, yeah, ChatGPT, sorry, Microsoft Editor proposed me what kind of word I could use, and it includes a number of languages I selected to use. Mainly, it uses, as far as I remember, selection of languages for my system. So I can use something like that. Moreover, if there are a lot of different options to, okay, proofing languages, yeah, a lot of different options to pick from, like, yeah, options for resume, avoid first-person references, superfluous expressions, unsuitable expressions, blah blah blah, like things that I don't even know how they work. But if I want to know, I can just simply download guidance, and I can easily check what the specific option does. let's quickly jump to resume section and okay, superfluous expressions. A concise resume is more memorable. Okay, explanation. Removing buzzwords and redundancies can make your resume more concise and memorable. Perfect. Examples, original, blah 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 blah, suggestion version, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So like as you can see, it's much more. It has much more potential, and it allows a lot of for different configuration based on your own preferences. So many people, instead of using Microsoft Editor, use Grammarly. But if you're Microsoft 365 user like me, then Microsoft Editor is an obvious pick because it's free. Okay, we cover 7 already tools, 2 more to be done. So Microsoft To Do is a tool that I like to use mainly because it very close integration with Microsoft tech stack, with Microsoft environment. So the Microsoft, if I'll open it, let's maybe switch to another account, and as you can see, I used a lot. It can display information from my Microsoft Planner. Microsoft Planner, if you're not familiar with Microsoft environment, is something real like Trello. It can take also mails from, actually, you could see it in here, emails that are flagged in my Outlook. So it very closely work with the Microsoft environment and picks information from there. It can suggest you tasks. So something that I use every day in an everyday manner. I'm open the Microsoft To Do and plan my tasks ahead. Last tool I'd like to show you is Notion. Notion is actually a tool you may think that it's redundant in comparison to Notepad++ and OneNote, but actually I pick only the most valuable part from each of these platforms, tools, no-code tools. So in case of the Notepad++, it's simplicity and lightweight. In terms of the for the more advanced scenarios, I'm using OneNote or Notion, and the difference between these two is that for like simple tables, there are no really difference which platform you'll use. But first of all, Notion has something like table page type, the whole type. It's not just a template, it's a page type. And if you'll use table type, and if you create a new database, so that will be like, okay, there are already name tags, blah, blah, blah. You can put more tables inside, more columns inside, like text. Okay, of course, there is already on the first position. You can present the information in the table in a table familiar way, but also in different view. So you can just create another view for the same table. So like if I just pick here, type here, item 1. I'm not super creative today, sorry. And tags, tag 1 and tag 2. Maybe add some dates because I may need it. Here and over here, yeah. So I can just see the I hope we're back. Yeah, as I already told you, we are on in a I'm in a huddle, so energy problems, maybe energy issues, power issues are something that can happen every time. Actually, if I will be in office, that applies as well. But just let me quickly end what I was showing. So I showed you the Notion. So the last and I think the most important part of the Notion is its share capabilities, because I can share the whole Notion page just with a simple click to anybody. But and the most important part is that I can share only single page in OneNote, because some of you may ask, uh, can you share the page in OneNote? So in OneNote you can share, but the whole OneNote note, and the note contains different pages and page sections. You can you can send a page copy, but it's not the same as sharing it, of course. So Notion allows you to share the whole page with a simple click. And yeah, I mean, these couple tools, 9 tools, I showed you 9 tools, really improve my everyday work, increase my productivity. Yeah, I hope that it was very useful. I'll stop the screen sharing, and that will be it. If you think that this was something useful to you, please let me know in a comment. Please like the video and subscribe us. As you can see, this NoCodeMasters tool, the platform community, is something that I work independently from my everyday work tasks. So it may be not that maybe I should pay much more attention to it, but I hope that if the NoCodeMasters will give you value, then users will come and stay with us. So let's see how this project will goes on. Your support is very, very significant to me. So yeah, for now, thank you very much, and see you next week. See ya.